What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paris, for you that don't know me. So let me just remind you guys, I'm doing a challenge, which is a 5k challenge, and I'll be growing this 5k and actually do some withdrawals and be able to buy different accounts in 12 weeks. You understand what I mean? So in my last video, I basically showed you guys how I was supposed to pass these different challenges. Also show you my plan. If you didn't watch the video, you can maybe go back and also watch it back. I literally show you the plan, how I'm going to trade and also pass this 5k challenge. You understand what I mean? So this week has been a great week. As you guys can see, I am up 8.1% on my 5k account in just 1 week. So I bought the challenge last week Saturday, and in the first week I was able to pass the first phase, which is like making a profit of $400. So I was able to do that in just 1 week. You understand what I mean? So now I'm going to show you guys literally how I pass it on my trading view. I'm going to show you guys the losses which I took, and also how I also placed a trade to be able to make this profit and cover up all the losses which I took. You understand what I mean? So let's just literally go to my trading view. Let me show you guys. Now we are on my trading view. So this is GU. I didn't trade any pair on GU. I didn't trade anything on GU. I did my analysis on GU, but I didn't enter for any trade. The only pair which I traded was gold. I love gold so much, that's why I always trade gold. You understand what I mean? Now I did place, I think, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. I placed 5 trades. My two first trades, my three positions were losses, and my second 2 positions were profits. You understand what I mean? So let me explain this now. Right here on Monday, as price opened, price was on an uptrend. I didn't enter for any trade based on he was not showing me any opportunities, he was not showing me any moves, he was just going up, and I did not enter for any trade on Monday. So I waited on Tuesday, and price started consolidating around London session right here. Then immediately I saw this pull to the downside. I was like, okay, let me wait for the correction, then enter for a sell for it to go down to like its continuation to this little support zone, which is right here. You understand what I mean? Now before that, I had to measure to see where exactly is going to retrace. My first measurement was around the zone, because price started pulling down from that zone. I was like, okay, my entry is at the 0.7, and this is where I'm supposed to enter. Immediately as price, let me just arrange this. This is how I measure my Fibonacci. By the way, my first 3 trades were lost. I took a loss. You understand what I mean? So this is where I entered for the trade, and enter for 2 positions right here. Price went down my direction. I was up like 200, I think 250 US dollars. But at this point, I was not in the market. I was doing something else, because I always like to trade and set and forget. You understand? My stop loss was just above right here, as you guys can see right here. And later on, I came back to the charts and discovered that price had already spiked up, did this rejection. I was like, oh, because if I was still in the market when price was doing this move, I might be could have set my stop loss to break even. You understand what I mean? But I let it. I was like, okay, let me just leave it and see what price is going to do here. Then immediately price went back up to my stop loss. Immediately as it hit me and started reversing, I was like, oh, he has hit my stop loss. Now he has started reversing. I was still confident that price was still to go down. That's what I mean. I was still confident that price was still to go down based on this engulfing which I'm seeing right here. I was like, okay, let me enter for another position. On Fundednext, the daily losses, maximum loss is like 200. So I was already down $99. I was like, okay, let me risk again some amount of money. You understand what I mean? So I risked again another amount of money and set my stop loss very tight for my maximum daily loss to not hit. So I set my stop loss very tight. Immediately price came and hit me again, and later on reversed to my TP. You understand what I mean? I was like, okay, my day was already pissed. I was already pissed off and was like, oh, what did I do wrong? My analysis are good, but price still hit me. And later I realized that my measurement was not right. My measurement, I was to take my measurement from this high instead, not from the one below, based on price movement. You understand what I mean? My measurement was supposed to be at this high right here, and my entry was supposed to be at this zone. You understand what I mean? But instead, I took my entry too early, and price literally went to my stop loss and then went to my TP. I was like, okay, that was my mistake. I'm going to refine back this mistake which I did, and next time if I find another opportunity, I'll be able to measure like from always the previous high or from always the previous low based on the trend direction. You understand what I mean? So I was like, okay, the next day on Tuesday, I waited for an opportunity to show up. Yet, as I was busy, I didn't really try to analyze the market. Then, immediately as I entered the market, I was like, okay, price is at this zone. Price is doing an impulse. You have to do like a correction for a continuation. And I was like, okay, let me do another measurement. So immediately as I did my measurement from the previous low, which is down here, to the next high, price did not really hit my entry zone. And I was like, okay, it's on like a fair value gap right here. I don't mostly trade fair value gaps, but it was another conference for me to enter, so I just jumped in and set my stop loss just tight. You understand what I mean? I set my stop loss just tight, and price went up. I was already at break even. I was in profit right here, and I was already at break even. You understand what I mean? So I was like, okay, let me set now my stop loss to break even. So I set my stop loss a little bit higher to be in profit. Even if price comes back and reverse me, I'm not going to lose any money. I'm instead going to win a little amount of money. You understand what I mean? And price immediately came back and hit my stop loss, and I was up like $43 or $42, I think. And price literally went right down. I did not fully analyze the market at this point to know the trend direction because I was not fully into the market. I was a little bit busy, you understand? So I just entered for this trade and was just looking at what it was going to happen from this zone. Immediately as I saw how I was in profit, I had to set my stop loss to break even and leave the chart, you understand? So as I left the chart, after I set maybe my alarm. As you guys can see, this is my alarm. I set my alarm and I let my alarm to play, and anytime if my stop loss gets hit, the alarm is going to signal to me. And after like 30 minutes or some few minutes, my alarm started singing. I knew that okay, my stop loss is hit and I'm going to leave the chart. So I left the chart on Tuesday. I did not trade any other thing. I was already done for this day. I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. So on Wednesday, I think on Wednesday, I didn't also trade. On Thursday now, this was the analysis which I did on Thursday. I was like, okay, on Thursday I am full in on gold. I'm going to spend my whole day on gold, just analyzing and looking for an opportunity. So I did my analysis, and based on this pull, this downtrend, which is impulse trend, which is down, and I had to wait for the retracement. Did my measurement from this point right here to this next point, which is down here, which is, I call them my point A and my point B of my Fibonacci, and waited for price to come and exactly hit my entry zone, and price did hit my entry zone, and that was where I placed my order. Immediately as price tapped me in, I was already in the market, and mind you, I was already down like 3% on my 5k account. My take profit was, I didn't want to send my take profit to right down here. My aim was to just pass the phase one, which was to make like $400. So I calculated everything so, and my first of all, I calculated everything, and it shows I had to make like 500 and something and some few dollars. So I calculated everything and sent my take profit at this zone, and immediately price went down, did some correction, then continue and hit my take profit. I'm going to show you guys the screenshots. I'm also going to show you guys the screen record, you understand? And immediately came and hit my take profit. Then I was like, okay, maybe price is going to continue pulling to right down here. You know, we don't control the market, we just react to the market. You understand? You cannot fully say that what is happening, what your analysis is exactly what is going to happen. You understand? So I just react to the market. So I was like, okay, I'm out of the day, I'm out of the chart, I've already made my profit, I was already in break even, and I've already passed my phase one, and that's all. You understand what I mean? And later on I left the chart. Later I came and discovered that price immediately reversed. You understand? So that was how I passed my phase one on Fundednext. As you guys can see here, let me just show you guys the dashboard. Trading overview. As you guys can see, first trade I lost $45, 55, then the next trade 75, then there was the break-even trade, and there was my big win, which I just show you guys. And again, my minimum day, my daily trading days is not yet completed, because you know I was always waiting for the good setup before I trade. So it's still remaining me one day to fully pass the phase one. So by Monday I'm going to enter for 0.01 on any pair to be able to pass this phase one, and then go to the next phase, which is the phase two, which the phase two now will be to pass a $200, you understand, which is a 4%, which is like $200. So I'm just going to wait, and then on Monday I'm just going to enter for another position to be able to pass, and for them to give me the next phase, you understand. So I'm going to update you guys on how everything is going to happen. So thank you for watching the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and also follow me from this journey. I'm going to literally show you guys how I'm going to pass this account, and also make some withdrawals and buy different account. I'm also going to give out some free 5k accounts. So just follow me, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.